Here at our clinic, about 99% of our patients have some form of state aid for health insurance. We have a very high immigrant population, and even the families that are native to this area are struggling with very low-wage jobs.
When I got here, I was helping with education issues, or I was helping with housing, and what the theme sort of that came up over and over again was financial stress, the stress that puts on the family, and then the stress that puts on the child. How can we increase income for that family? StreetCred and EITC gives them back the stuff that they've already earned in a really productive, useful way.
Relatively early on, we did talk about this idea that we wanted to create a national organization. We wanted to be a national program and weren't quite as aware of how we could use this as a tool to frame shift pediatric care in general. Mike actually had a patient come up with the idea. He had tried to refer her to a community-based tax preparation center, and she went. She took her newborn and a toddler across town on 2 buses and a train. It was closed. She went back the next week. She'd forgotten a document, and so then she gave up and she paid a for-profit tax preparation site $400. And when she came back to see him for the baby's next visit, she said, I waited around in your waiting room today. Why couldn't you have just done my taxes here? And we were like, oh, it's pretty brilliant. I had a meeting with Bob that wasn't even supposed to be about this. I think it was about just kind of a general residency check-in meeting.
Often during those meetings, I'd say, so what can we do for you? What are you thinking about your own goals? And that's when she dropped the bombshell and said, well, as a matter of fact, I want to do taxes.
And I think in most institutions, they probably would have politely smiled at me and been like, okay, that's nice. But instead, Bob immediately, with no hesitation, was like, that sounds great. Let's do it.
So outwardly, I said, yeah, we will do this. And inwardly, I'm thinking, I have no idea what we're going to do. Before I know it, the IRS is sending me tax papers.
Mike and I spent a lot of time sitting together trying to figure out how will people actually find out about the service, how will they get referred to it, where will it be located. I remember drawing out diagrams like this is going to happen and this is going to happen.
We didn't know the steps, we didn't know what the barriers would be, but we knew it was a brilliant idea. We knew it would be something that would help our patients. And if it helps our patients, we want to build these programs.
The bottom line is when you're excited and passionate about something, you just got to do it and listen to your gut. We're still in the phase of early adopters. So a lot of the people who are getting on board right now are people who are visionary, who are creative and willing to take a chance on something.
Now we've demonstrated that this is something that is possible to do here. So we would like to shoot for 150 tax returns this year, maybe 200, which would have huge impact.
When we met today with the head of legal and the head of the development department, when we told them how much the StreetCred site cost, they were shocked at how low cost it is. We really started getting people to think about patients in a different way.
We think that this is a way to reimagine pediatric care. Poverty and low income affect 40% of children in this country, almost half. And so this is our main problem. And the buckets of things that we have to address in primary care visits shouldn't be just restricted to eating your vegetables and not being constipated. It should be talking about financial stability, talking about trauma, talking about racism. We have to look really objectively at what is driving poor health and then address those issues. And StreetCred is an example of how we can do that.